sporting framework for children and young people in Lambeth. A new way of working. It's all about bringing together existing partnerships to achieve one goal, the 5-hour sports offer.
Every time I kick a ball, I have a chance. I feel great.
I like exercise when I do it with my friends.
It makes me feel happy, and when I'm down, I can just pick a football up and kick it about. I'll be happy.
Sport makes me feel lively and happy and fun. I love basketball because you can learn new things, meet new people.
PE sport and physical activity framework aims to build on the good work already being done by partnerships in Lambeth by providing more support and better facilities so children and young people can take part in 5 hours of high quality PE each week. At the moment, it's estimated only a small percentage are actually achieving that figure. This framework is all about changing that.
Sport is absolutely essential. It's the key subject or topic, shall we say, that can underpin every other area of the curriculum. The children that we call the bottom 20% that would never usually want to get involved in anything, we're trying to find new initiatives and new ways to really engage them. And if we can engage them and we can kind of teach them good practice through schools, then in later life they should kind of adopt all those good practice and good examples that we've given them.
At the London Nautical School in Stamford Street, PE is an integral part of the curriculum. It's one of 2 sports colleges in Lambeth, and the teachers there have clearly seen the benefits the improved facilities have had on the school's academic results.
We didn't have what I would class as high quality facilities. We had a very small gym, a very old playground, and we were quite restricted in the curriculum that we could offer. 2003 was a really major changing point for the school. We got sports college status, and 3 years later we were very fortunate to have the sports hall built. Ultimately, we've seen a massive change in the results of the whole school as well. We achieved 80% A to C, which was a big improvement from the previous year. The ultimate aim is to be able to be part of the 5-hour offer, and I think we're going some ways to achieving that.
You could measure how many times.
Like the London Nautical School, Vauxhall Primary has brought sport right to the heart of its curriculum with the recruitment of a specialist PE coordinator. And now they too are seeing the benefits of physical activity on the school as a whole.
One of the things the subject leaders made me aware of is that through PE, 80% of the Every Child Matters agenda can actually be met. So although we think of PE in terms of the physical aspects, there's a lot of learning around PE, and there's great links to science and other curriculum areas. So for us, we want to maintain that focus on PE. We're very lucky to have a newly developed multi-use games area with changing room and showers being built, which means that the focus on Be Healthy is not only for the school, but it will also be an opportunity for the wider community to come in and use the facilities as well.
The framework will enable us to build on all the work we're doing with Building Schools for the Future, our Primary Capital Programme, our work with leisure centres, and really making the best use of what we've got and channeling investment where we can.
The new framework doesn't just cover PE and sports, but also informal activities like walking your dog, riding your bike to school, or even just playing. It's all about encouraging children and young people to be more active in their day-to-day lives, something that is essential to their development. The Max Roach Play Project in Brixton does exactly that. It offers a safe environment for them to play and crucially gives children a place where they can actually be children.
I think it's enjoyable to come here, so I think they should have more places to come here.
There's lots of people I know who come here, and we all hang out and chill, or sometimes we just go on the football pitch and ride bikes.
I like coming here because the people are nice and I like helping out.
Let's start from here, we're going to ride.
One of the most popular sessions is the cycling workshop, run by the project's coordinator, David Ogway.
We're trying to encourage more children to cycle as part of being healthy and also as a cheap mode of transport. So one of the things we do here, we run a cycle workshop where we actually every Monday We help children to actually fix their bikes, maintain it, make sure it's in good working order. And the way you check your tyre pressure is by school. If they feel confident and they understand how the bikes work, they understand how traffic works, then they're more likely to do things like maybe ride to school, ride socially, ride for fun.
We've recently managed to secure a significant amount of funding, which we're investing on over 30 play sites in the borough, and our main site, flagship site, will be in Max Roach Park, and we think it will make a really key contribution to sort of where we want children and young people to be in their development going forward and how it complements the work of schools.
The 5-hour sports offer is open to all children and young people. Every child matters really does mean every child and young person is included and given the same opportunities, no matter what their ability or their level of participation.
Often we find that the social skills of our students are underdeveloped. They're not tended to be allowed out very often. Because they don't have the same freedom maybe as a lot of other teenagers, their health isn't always as good as it could be. Their opportunities for exercise generally are limited, so the more we can offer them, the better.
Our commitment to inclusion and disability in particular is a key part of this framework, and as we develop services moving forward and invest in provision. And I'm really pleased to say that last year we've negotiated with the leisure centre provider so all children and young people with disabilities have free access to all of the sports and leisure centres in the borough.
The new framework will make it easier for children and young people to access the facilities they need to be more active, and that can also make a real difference to their lives as a whole. The Sports Action Zone, or SAS, on the site of the old Lillian Baylis School in Kennington, specialises in reaching some children who might otherwise avoid organised activity.
How many are we on? 47, 48. Okay, let's go. Come on, who's next?
Junior Williams is a basketball coach there, and he knows only too well how important their work is to youngsters in the area.
A lot of them are in need of a lot of coaching, basketball-wise, but also a lot of coaching in the life side as well. So I had 2 players who started off here about 3 years ago. They were 14 and 15, and now they're off playing in America. So that is a real huge success.
A key part of the new framework is sporting pathways. It's vital children can continue to take part in sport outside school hours through clubs and local facilities. 14-year-old Emmanuel has been playing football at SAS for the last 4 years. He trains there twice a week after school and is now so good he's playing for the Millwall Academy.
I want to be a professional footballer and just play Champions League, World Cup, play for my country and just do the best I can. If I didn't come here, I don't think I would have made it to where I am now.
Why is that?
Because the people I train with, and it's just a great place to come. And they train a lot, we train hard, we go to tournaments and we win lots of cups and we do good here.
Emmanuel's story shows that with the right sporting pathways in place, success can be achieved and children's dreams can come true. As well as football and basketball, there's also a fully fitted boxing gym at the Lillian Baylis Old School site. Young people travel there from all over South London to use its facilities and expert coaching. Danielle and Semre were introduced to boxing by their PE teacher.
Basically, it gives us something to do in the holidays because it's holidays now. So yeah, it's good to get out frustration, anger and stuff like that. Just you've got the bags there, so yeah.
Release a lot of anger.
And after
you're angry.
You feel like you can't hurt a fly like.
No. A lot of people don't enjoy PE. I don't know why I didn't.
Most girls.
Yeah, don't enjoy PE. So because a lot of time it's things like football or hockey and that, and we're not really into that. But as for boxing, it's kind of something to do with our lives, so I think it's great.
Of course, sporting pathways and after-school clubs don't just run themselves. They need people to make them happen, and it's vital they're the right people. So the new framework aims to ensure that there is a workforce in place to properly deliver Lambeth's sporting ambitions. The framework also recognises the impact a volunteer workforce can have on delivering the 5-hour sports offer. And the Young Sporting Ambassadors scheme is proving particularly popular and successful.
I joined the Young Ambassadors because I was in my school's sports leadership, and I quite enjoyed it, and I got picked out from there. Basically what we do is we either go into primary schools or Brixton Rec, we've been used a lot, or even in our own sports hall, and we do tournaments for primary school children, and they seem to really enjoy it.
This framework, bringing us all together as partners, we've worked really hard on it to ensure that what we've got going forward can make a real impact on children and young people's lives. We know that many children and young people have challenging lives in this borough, and positive participation in sport, physical activity can make an enormous impact on their well-being and their future.
If they give people opportunities to actually play football, do some sport, it could change many people's lives.
The time when they're in here with me in a safe environment, playing basketball, in a discipline and in a structure that they can understand, they're not on the street doing something that they're not supposed to be.
What would you be doing if you weren't here today playing football?
I'd probably be on the roads. So football basically keeps me away from all that trouble, changing your life.
The vision for our framework is that will enable us to deliver the national ambition of a 5-hour offer for all children and young people in the borough. But actually in Lambeth we want to push the boundaries. We want to do even more than that. We want all of our children participating and enjoying sport and physical activity, and we want to spot that talent. We have stars amongst our children and young people, and we want to make sure that we're all working together to support them and to support them to really deliver to their absolute potential.
Here at Lambeth's most famous sporting landmark, we're just 7 miles from the site of the 2012 Olympic Stadium. And although it's too late for any of the children you've seen in this film to take part in those games, it's hoped that just like the Olympics, this new framework will inspire children and young people to want to keep fit and play sport for many years to come.
Yes, sir.
There's a new sporting framework for children and young people in Lambeth, already being done by partnerships in Lambeth by providing more support and better facilities so children and young people can take part in 5 hours of high-quality PE each week. At the moment, it's estimated only a small percentage are actually achieving that figure. This framework is all about changing that.
Sport is absolutely essential. It's the key subject.
A new way of working. It's all about bringing together existing partnerships to achieve one goal, the 5-hour sports offer.
Every time I kick a ball, I have a chance. I feel great.
I like exercise when I do it with my friends.
It makes me feel happy, and when I'm down, I can just pick a
subject or topic, shall we say, that can underpin every other area of the curriculum. The children that we call the bottom 20% that would never usually want to get involved in anything, we're trying to find new initiatives and new ways to really engage them. And if we can engage them and we can kind of teach them good practice through schools, then in later life they should
all up and kick it about. I'll be happy.
Sport makes me feel lively and happy and fun. I love basketball because you can learn new things, meet new people.
Yes, sir.
The new PE sport and physical activity framework aims to build on the good work